Welcome back. Now we turn to a man who's helped keep Hancock County safe for decades. Hancock County EMA Director Brian Adam retiring this week. He became EMA Director just 2 years before Katrina wiped out so much of South Mississippi. We welcome in Brian Adam, a.k.a. Hootie, this morning. We are so happy to have you here. And before we start, thanks so much for all your work. We call you at all hours of the day. Hey, is that flooding street report right? You know,
yeah,
all that time. So thank you so much, first of all, and congrats on a great career. First of all, how does it feel? I know you turned in your keys. I mean, you know, that's kind of a big deal when you've been at it this long. So what's going on in your head right now?
Well, it's a little surreal. I mean, I've been at it totally between my fire service and the EMA 40 years, and this is almost 22 and a half years in this job, and it's just, you know, it's been a long career, but you know, I've always been told that you'll know when you're ready, and I'm ready, my family's ready, my wife especially is ready, so, and it's just been I can't complain about the career that I had.
Well, what you think about too, from our end, we get so much information from your department. Hancock County is unique, but it isn't here on the coast, because we get a wind blowing 20 out of the southeast for 2 days, and then we're getting flooding street reports.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's uniqueness with all our counties, but especially there, it's kind of tucked away, so it makes that job interesting. Obviously, so you were 2 years in, you had done firefighting and things like that. 2 years in, and then Katrina happens. And obviously that would be, I guess, the high water mark, with, pardon the pun, on your career as far as mitigation, recovery, and trying to do all that, right? What are some of the things that really stood out? I know it's been 20 years, but a lot of times those things just don't go away like that.
Well, the amount of help we received, for one, and as most people know, we were cut off, so we had no clue a lot of the stuff was coming in to us, and just the help we received. And I will tell you, the resilience of our citizens, I've bragged on that for the last 20 years. The way they band together. I had outside help coming, and they would come back in tears because they were offering our people that were coming in to help us water, and they was ones needing it. So, you know, it's just, that was a highlight for me, and just, again, just the resiliency of our cities, our county, the county board, and the city mayors, you know, and the way we all work together. That's just some things that set out for me.
And the day of that storm, that had to be just, the only way I describe it when I tell people, it was like a freak show, because you just didn't know what was going on. You guys were flooded out. Kind of, what are some of the main memories of that? Because I know here it was crazy. We had the roof caving in. You guys were dealing with that incredible, historic storm surge. So that had to be a day and a half.
Well, and I will tell you, we were in an old bowling alley, so we wasn't sure how strong. It wasn't a FEMA 361 standard building, and we had water coming in, we had the roof sucking in and out, and I had people questioning me, well, are we going to be all right? And the only thing I could do is assure them that, hey, good Lord's willing, we're going to be okay. And we were. I mean, we had water come in the building, and the building didn't collapse. Now, part of it did in the back, but we wasn't in that part of the section. That was a add-on section. But I will tell you, it was looking rough there for a while, but there was a lot of prayers that we were saying. So,
you know, the only one. We were saying some prayers over here too, and all over South Mississippi with that. You were talking about the resilience, and I remember something very specific from a few years ago when we had Hurricane Zeta. Of course, all storms are different. They have their different, you know, characteristics. That one was in and out really fast, and I believe Good Morning America was here. And I said, they asked about, well, 6 to 8 feet, what does that do in Hancock County? And I said, well, 1 to 5 feet in Hancock County is a Wednesday, okay? Yeah. But anything over that, and you know, now you see, you can tell the people know what they're doing there. At a certain level, they put their cars out on 603 and that type of thing. And after Katrina, they can basically, and you guys basically figured, hey, we can handle anything, right?
Well, you're exactly right. And the people of the low-lying areas, and we have a lot of low-lying area in Hancock County, we put out alerts. The National Weather Service puts out alerts. Y'all put out alerts. They well ahead of us when they just hear the first inkling about potential weather, water rising. They well ahead of us. You could tell by 6:03, people up there, and most of the time it doesn't get in the houses because most of the houses in there are up on pylons. And I will tell you, it's just amazing how people pay attention, especially after Katrina. But they even did a lot of that before Katrina because we tracked the water well before Katrina.
And we talked about Katrina pretty heavy here. Are there some other things that events, maybe non-weather related, of course most of them are, but were there maybe some incidents out there that you remember where you guys were like, wow, we really made a difference today?
Oil spill.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sure.
We've never dealt with, I never dealt with, oil spill. I mean, and that was a different animal. But again, we had a lot of guidance, a lot of help, from the state, and like I said, the backing of, it helps to have the backing of your board of supervisors and your mayors, and that was one that was totally different.
It really was. It was definitely different. Okay, so turning in the keys, turning the page, and you've been a long-time high school football referee.
Yes.
You had some knee issues, but you're back out there, right?
Yeah, I had two knee replacements.
Oof, wow, okay. So you gotta love it to do that, but so you'll probably be doing some of that, I would imagine.
Yes.
And what's next? Maybe just living the good life?
Just living a good life, going on more vacations with my wife. My wife we've been married 39 years, and she's been with me my whole career, so my family has definitely sacrificed a lot for me to stay in this business.
Yeah, and that's the tough part, being a first responder, even being a journalist or that type of thing. There's a lot of family things that are sacrificed, so I know you're looking forward to that. You feel like whenever you have a job, you always want to leave it better than when you got there. And I think I know the answer to this, but I'm guessing that you probably feel like, hey, it was better than when I got there. Do you feel that way?
Absolutely. I had to start, because when I started, there was two separate departments, and they combined them. So I started from the ground up building, and yes, could it all be improved? Yes, absolutely. There's some improvements could be made, but the base foundation is there for the new director coming in, and we have already chosen one. So she's gonna do a great job. And listen, everybody has to retire sooner or later, right?
That's right.
And I just felt it was time, and like I said, I had a lot of support from the board, and a lot of accolades. So
absolutely. Well, congratulations. It's bittersweet for us. We're going to miss seeing you, but you're going to live the good life here. I'm sure you'll be on the phone helping out when you need to, and out on the football field. So
we'll be there.
Absolutely. Congrats, Hootie. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the help you've given us over the years, and enjoy retirement.